passwords, protecting your passwords. Do y'all use the same password for everything? Be honest. So, not that you have to download this right now. This does cost. But even if this was like $5,000, I would pay that. I think it's like $50 for the license. So again, pick one. Do not rely on Keychain for your password backup, okay? I did that. Everything I'm sharing with you happened to me. So I used the same password for everything. Then I was waiting on supplies to come over from a barge, like from China or something. And I got a call that my stuff was held in customs because something about, it's a big order, like $30,000. It wouldn't go through because of my credit or something, It sucks when your name is your business name, guys. Bad. Again, this is when I did not have a strategy. And I tried to change it, and I tried it for 3 years, and it didn't work. So I'm just like, screw it. I'll be a baby Martha Stewart. Because, like, her name, anyway. So try to be positive off of the negative. It cost me thousands of dollars to get my identity back because someone stole it. And that's how I found out. It ruined my credit. We deal back and forth with our client. Lots of money moving around. Lots of big things being purchased. It screwed me for about a year. It sucked. So then I'm like, I should use a reminder kind of thing. So I got Keychain. This was the early days of Apple. And then one of my I don't know why someone would think that this is a good idea, but one of my interns, they were playing a joke on me. They changed a picture. Have you heard this story? And then before that, another girl's like, oh, we'll just change Angel's password, funny. No. So then I call Apple. It's late at night. And they're like, oh, I'll just reset it. No big deal. And literally as I'm hitting return, she's like, oh, but all your passwords in your Keychain. Do you use Keychain for your passwords? Because they're going to be gone. And I'd already hit enter. So I wanted to kill somebody. And then the next day, they're like, oh. Don't touch other people's electronics. Don't do it unless they, I'm the worst because I will just take your phone if you're next to me on your airplane. I'm like, can I fix that for you? Will you stop clicking? But I know what the hell I'm doing, right? I really do know what I'm doing when it comes to stuff like that. So don't rely on Keychain. So I use 1Password. That's the app, 1Password. There's LastPass. There's a few other things. Basically, the apps encrypt your shit, okay? You want to encrypt it. You don't want to remember any of your passwords. You want them to all be different, okay? So a few things about 1Password. You can buy it from Agile Bytes, I think is how you say it, the software company. You can download a 30-day trial, but there's a little kicker. Then you have to buy a license. Then you can download the app from the App Store and pull in your stuff from the cloud or from Dropbox. But if you get the 30-day free trial, you can only get it through the software company. Don't download the app and sign up unless you know, okay, I'm going to pay the $50, I'm going to buy it, I'm going to sync everything, which...
Is that a one-time $50?
One time. Okay. One time. Again, I feel like if major things like Google and some of these major apps go down, I feel like the world would blow up. There has to be a level of trust at some point if you're running a busy business. There has to be things that I'm going to have to take a little bit of a gamble on. And shit, if people get into my past, the unlikeliness of the encryption is so highly unlikely, I guess. You just have to learn to try. You're taking a gamble by walking outside, a car could hit you, So for me, this was way safer than what I was doing. I'm going to show you guys. So this is what it looks like on your computer. And then again, you can sync it. Now, you need to remember this 1Password. And it needs to be really hard. And you can set up the security. So, mine locks automatically. If I close it out, it's auto-locked. You can put it on 90 minutes. You can put it on in 24 hours. And I'll show you why you would want to do that in just a minute. So, you see we have all of our logins. There's hundreds Okay. We've got all of the credit cards in here. It's all encrypted. Identity stuff, passports, social security stuff, bank accounts, everything is freaking in here.
And that's all your stuff?
Well, in the company stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Each person has their own license. So like if they want to keep their because it's personal to your device. So it's like if she logs in as me, it's her 1Password license is going to ask, do you want to save it on your computer? So when you're first setting it up, I am not going to lie, it is super annoying because you constantly have this box. Do you want to save it in 1Password? Log in. Do you want to? But after you do it one time, you're done. You know what I mean? But this isn't even the best part.
So it's
Okay?
for everything. Like it's your it's your credit cards, it's all
Everything.
your
Everything.
your Amazon, everything.
Everything. And it's all encrypted. So again, like if it's asking you, do you want to do like a random password, hit yes. But see, you can't see it right here, but you can go over here and hit reveal. Like Dottie 10 was like my old thing that I use, my dog. And then it's like, you have to use a number. You have to use 2 numbers. You got to change it every 60 days. You know, and then it's like Dottie 1, Dottie 2. Like that's, this is a really old account. I mean, I used it in 2013 and then I used it in 2017. And I had to update it. So it tells me like when I had to update it, right? So it keeps up with everything. But again, this is really not the best part. The best part is you get the extension for your browsers. You can get Chrome and Safari. And I use both for different reasons. And when you get the extension and you're buying and shopping and filling things in, you get the little extension up here. So when I'm shopping for clients, like up here, and I just logged in. Otherwise, like if you don't, it'll ask you to put your 1Password in. So here's all my logins, all my credit cards, everything that I need, my folders. Now I have a setting on here where it's a second security thing because I recently had a trouble with a team member who had all my passwords going in behind me doing some things that she shouldn't have been doing. So I had to do a second secure process to where like I actually have to go in, like it does autofill, but for the second security setting, there's a setting in here where like I have to go over, like for instance, like a credit card, right? So I just hover over Southwest, which is almost what we use for everything, and I actually have to copy it, and it won't autofill anymore. So I'm going to have to do that. I mean, I changed everything. It's kind of a nightmare. But my shit's got to be safe. Like, it is serious, like, with your passwords. Guys, ready? Don't ever do these things. Never hit yes when Google asks you to save the password. Never hit yes for keychain anymore. Do not sign into shit via Facebook. Do not do it through Google. Have an account with every single thing. It is very dangerous as a business owner to log and link everything to Facebook just because it's fast and it's convenient. But they have all your shit. And if Facebook goes down, your shit all goes down. Right? So if you have done that, which a lot of people thought I was being productive, Angela. No. Never put all your eggs in one basket. I've learned that the hard way too in software.
So you're saying not to sign through Google, you're just signing through your, like how you have it set your email.
Every single thing. Well, okay, so Google owns Gmail, YouTube, what else? Drive. Any of the Google apps right here that Google owns, like anything from the Google store, or anything right here, like all of these are gonna have the same password because they're owned by Google, right? But anything else, like all these apps, like I got 2 new apps yesterday somebody told me about, and I'm like, do you want to sign in with Google or Facebook? Or do you, in teeny tiny letters, do you want to create your own account? Yes, create your own account. And it's like nobody tells people to do that until you lose everything. It's like, oh, Shit. So I would go back and like change that. Now there are ways, like there's things that sync. So like for example, HelloSign, DocuSign, all that, it can still sync with Google even if you have an account, but you just have to go into the settings and tell it. Because I had somebody and they're like, well, all my stuff is linked. I'm like, you can still do that. You just have to set it up. And so they almost trick us into like, you have to do this to get to this. The last big awful thing that happened to me with that is when I first started teaching classes, which was in 2010, I had people going on to Facebook leaving reviews. That's the only way people are, when you're educating people, you can't like fake create an experience, right? Like when y'all leave today, which Adam doesn't know this yet, but it's like, I want y'all to say in the camera, like, this was great, or this sucked, or I learned, because that's what sells when you make changes in people's lives. And word sells too. I had hundreds of reviews via Facebook, a widget that was on my blog that was tied into Facebook. And one day, I just happened to be on my blog, and I noticed all my reviews were gone through that Facebook widget. So I emailed my guy who does everything, who has been for 16 years. I'm like, where's my reviews? And I didn't hear from him for a few days, which is really weird. Because, like, it's like if you hadn't heard from me in a few days, I am dead in a ditch somewhere. He's the same way. I'm like, are you okay? He's like, can we talk over the phone? Which I don't really like the phone. He's like, I don't know how to tell you this, but Facebook changed an algorithm and everything is gone and we can't get it back. And we've spent the past 3 days trying to contact Facebook. We finally got a hold of them. We found out what happened, and like we just didn't know how to tell you. I threw up, but it's like it physically, mentally made me sick. And I freaking hated Facebook for a hot few days. And I learned never, ever, 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 ever. So like we just set up a membership platform where I'm coaching people, so we have coaching calls, so it's affordable, whatever. And everybody that I talk to because I get these consultants that help me do all this stuff, they're like, oh, it's free if you set up a private Facebook group. I was like, no, yeah, we're just not going down that. And then, then I get really like upset, and I'm like, nope, I want to use WordPress because I own the content, and if Facebook changes something, they change, I think, it's like 42 rhythms a day. I don't even know what that word means, but I do know what it means. It took my stuff away. And it crushed me because I literally had to start over. So now I am anal as shit. People leave stuff on Wedding Wire. I screenshot it. We copy and paste. We put it on our blog. We put it on Facebook. I mean, it's like in 10 places, psychotically, because of what happened. It only takes one time, guys, for something bad to happen to you, and you will never let it happen again. Or you shouldn't let it happen again. And if it does, shame on you. Right? Shame on you. So if you don't have a password, like I would at least download the 30-day trial just on your computer through the company. This is how you spell it. It's up here in the slide. But if you know you're going to invest in it, go ahead, pay for the license, get the app. You can buy the app from the app. Yeah, it's like agilebits.com.
Does it work on your phone and the computer? Yeah. Is it for your phone and your laptop and your iPad?
Yep, it all syncs. But again, guys, you have to tell it. So if you download it on your computer, you got to go to the settings and tell it, back it up through Dropbox or iCloud and map it to where it automatically syncs over Wi-Fi. So like if I change it in here, and both of my devices, or all three of my devices are on, they have to be on the same Wi-Fi system. And then so that's another thing, you've got to set that up. Like all the new Wi-Fi things, they all have like dual and triple band. So like I have 2 different channels, like a slower channel and a faster channel. And it's like when I have a bunch of people over, like I don't want them all on my fast channel because then it slows my shit down. Especially when I'm like putting videos and Vimeo and stuff, like I need it to go fast, right? So you have 2 different, but now I've set it up to where all my devices automatically go to the top. And if I'm traveling for a week and I'm in 50 different places and all those passwords and all those Wi-Fi's are saved when I get home, I have to go into that advanced list and drag my Wi-Fi back to the top. Otherwise, it tries to connect to those things in a row. And I learned that because I'm like, why is it connecting to all these random things? Like, I want it to connect to mine. So I just watched a video. I'm like, oh, that's how you do that, you know?